Ruben Amorim's coaching career at Manchester United has just begun to take flight, and it wasn't until the recent Manchester derby that his mark as a young strategist truly resonated. This time, tactics weren't the main talking point, even before the match. Surprising news emerged as Amorim boldly excluded Marcus Rashford and Alejandro Garnacho from the squad for the most anticipated game of the season. Many questioned whether he was putting himself in a difficult position. However, the 2-1 victory over Man City at Etihad validated his decision, demonstrating a firm and unwavering disciplinary approach. Rashford and Garnacho, two of Manchester United's brightest stars, were omitted not due to injury, but simply because their form and mentality didn't meet expectations. Addressing the matter, Amorim stated frankly, "It was a choice. We evaluate everything, from training, performance, how players motivate their teammates, and their interaction with the whole team. It's my decision. Simple as that." These strong words showcase the Portuguese strategist's firmness, emphasizing the philosophy, no one is above the club, not even the biggest stars. In fact, Erik ten Hag, during his earlier tenure, initially received support for benching established players. However, he ultimately faltered by failing to maintain fairness, becoming overly strict, which backfired. With Amorim, things seem to be unfolding more naturally, without fanfare, even creating valuable lessons for two of the most promising academy graduates. Nevertheless, the decision to exclude Rashford and Garnacho presented immediate challenges for United's starting lineup. Mason Mount, expected to lead the attack, lasted only 11 minutes before an injury forced his substitution. This further complicated matters for United, facing a Manchester City eager for victory. Bringing on Kobbie Mainoo was the only solution. However, Manchester United's left flank appeared less potent, especially with Diogo Dalot's poor form. Pep Guardiola's team quickly capitalized, taking the lead through Gvardiol's header from a set piece, drawing criticism towards the Red Devils' defense. Admittedly, there was an element of luck as Kevin De Bruyne's cross deflected off Amad Diallo's leg, creating an unpredictable trajectory. However, notably, United didn't falter despite trailing. Amorim implemented a clear strategy, preventing City from dominating midfield and specifically targeting Kyle Walker's right flank, a seemingly vulnerable link. The visitors adhered to the plan, maintained discipline, and remained composed under intense pressure. Manchester United's difference became evident early in the second half. In the Pep Guardiola era, how often has United outpossessed the blue half of Manchester? Yet, in this match, despite needing more composure in the final third, for the first time in many seasons, the Red Devils displayed genuine dominance and hunger. The build-up play from the back, the pressing, and the long passes undoubtedly wiped the smile off Pep's face from his pre-match greeting to the camera. On a day when United's attack lacked Garnacho and Rashford, fans watching the game likely agreed that playing like they did in the first half of the second period would inevitably lead to a goal. Amad Diallo's header and Bruno Fernandes' unfortunate miskick served as warnings, but the breakthrough was imminent. Manchester United's patience was rewarded. Amad Diallo, who has blossomed into a star under Amorim, continued to prove his worth. In the 88th minute, he was fouled in the box by Matheus Nunes, who was playing out of position in defense, earning a valuable penalty. Pep held his head in anticipation of the impending darkness. Bruno Fernandes, after his earlier missed opportunity, stepped up and calmly slotted home the equalizer, just as City was regaining composure. Amad Diallo conjured a magical moment, capitalizing on a through ball, beating Ederson to score the winning goal for United. A deft first touch, a delicate finish before the ball hit the ground. Why didn't Ederson rush out as he usually does? Why did City's defense hesitate? In many seasons, this was the moment they feared and succumbed to. In an instant, the tide had completely turned, from a position of trailing and seemingly destined for another disappointing defeat. United staged a spectacular comeback, turning the Etihad into their own stage. This victory evoked memories of legendary comebacks, such as the 3-2 win against Chelsea under Jose Mourinho or the 1999 Champions League final. Remarkably, This victory stemmed not only from individual brilliance, but also from a collective effort. United's defense, often criticized this season, especially from set pieces, delivered a strong performance. Harry Maguire, often relegated to the bench, played like a true leader, neutralizing Erling Haaland, City's most dangerous threat. The £80 million defender thwarted the opponent's attacks, providing much-needed composure for his teammates. Ugarte became a supercharged engine in midfield. Amorim's substitutions, including Antony on the right wing, also created breakthroughs. And incredibly, for the first time in a dozen encounters, Man City failed to create a single clear-cut chance against Andre Onana's goal throughout the 90 minutes. Pep Guardiola's side registered an XG of 0.95, while the visitors boasted 2.06, which translated into 2 goals. Both goals bore the mark of Amad Diallo, who overshadowed the 2 absent academy players. For Diallo, this was undoubtedly a career-defining performance, elevating him to a new level. From being overlooked under Erik ten Hag, the Ivorian winger has quickly established himself as one of United's most crucial players under Amorim. Diallo's decisive goal also etched his name into club history, becoming the second United player after Robin van Persie in 2012 to score a 90th-minute winner in a Manchester derby at the Etihad. Meanwhile, City had reason to be disappointed. This was the second time in 5 weeks that Pep Guardiola had fallen to Amorim, after Sporting Lisbon, under the Portuguese manager, defeated City 4-1 in the Champions League. Guardiola admitted, "Not much to say. No defense while they were extremely persistent. We haven't lost 8 games in 2 seasons. We cannot accept that. The problem is not this player or that player. We want to play better, create chances, but right now that is impossible." Amorim's bold decision received enthusiastic support from the fans, benching Rashford and Garnacho, 2 players considered United icons, served as a warning to the entire squad, asserting Amorim's authority in the dressing room. This sent a clear message that no one is exempt, regardless of their talent. This discipline, if maintained, will undoubtedly bring long-term benefits to the team. Manchester United fans couldn't hide their satisfaction as they witnessed their team end their poor run against City. This was a morale boost, restoring belief and motivation for the remainder of the season. Amorim has just proven himself to be both a tactically astute coach, outmaneuvering Pep Guardiola with 2 different teams in the same season, and an excellent man manager. He knows how to create unity within the squad and set high standards for all players. By giving opportunities to young talents like Amad Diallo and maintaining discipline with stars like Rashford and Garnacho, he is building a United that is strong on the pitch and stable in the dressing room. The victory over City also carries greater strategic significance. United now trail City by only 5 points in the Premier League table, and if they maintain this form, they can certainly rejoin the race for European qualification. But more importantly, this win demonstrates one thing. When players adhere to Amorim's instructions, they can achieve great things. After the match, Amorim humbly stated, "It was a very difficult game, but we believed until the end. We scored the goal. We needed that win. It's important for us and for the fans. We played well for the full 90 minutes, and that's very good." Amorim's journey at United is still in its early stages, but his accomplishments in this Manchester derby clearly demonstrate that his philosophy, which aligns with the Red Devils' tradition, is being effectively implemented. No one is above the club, and everything must serve the common good.